Good morning. This is Perspectives. I'm Celeste Baragni, and this morning my guest is Genevieve Gardner. She's the Executive Director at Kids Free to Grow, the Child Abuse Prevention Council for York County. Good morning, and thank you for being with us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
April is a very important month. Can you tell us why?
Sure. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and we do a national symbol of pinwheel gardens throughout the state of Maine, but also throughout the nation. The pinwheel represents the child's youth and how every child deserves to have a happy, safe life.
They make the pinwheels at my daughter's school and make a big pinwheel garden, and every year they do it, and she gets very excited about it. It's a great project.
Yes, it is. It's so colorful, and the children are so delighted to help out with it. We go to several schools in York County to do the pinwheel gardens, and unfortunately, I think we're going to have some snow this year.
Yeah,
but they forge ahead regardless.
Tell us about Kids Free to Grow. You offer a lot of services. Tell us some of the services that you are offering for families and children in crisis.
Sure. So Kids Free to Grow is a nonprofit agency in Kennebunk. It was established in 1978, and so we've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
We are a child abuse prevention agency, and we do education for kids in public schools. We serve over 6,000 kids. Working with them to educate them on what is abuse and how to avoid, how to ask for help. We also do education for parents. We do evidence-based parenting curriculums, and we try to get out in the community and do those throughout York County as well.
Can you tell us a little bit about the school programs? Because I think that's probably one of the most important things that you provide is the education for the children so that they do understand what abuse is, because they are so young that sometimes they're like, oh, that this must be normal.
Right.
So how do you translate that information to them?
Yeah, so we have a number of different ways that we educate kids of all ages. We start in preschool and we go all the way up to 12th grade. So we have a Project Empathy and Healthy Relationship program where we show a puppet video and we talk about what prevention looks like and what bullying looks like on the playground. It's called Playground Pals, and it's geared towards a very young group of kids. We also have a program for pre-K and K, which is called Joey Learns the Touching Rule, and that's designed for kids ages 4 to 6 years old. The information that they need to identify what safe and unsafe touch is displayed throughout that program. And that's a DVD program, and then we do a follow-up discussion with the kids.
You even got Rick Charette involved in this, haven't you?
We have done a lot with Rick Charette in the past, and we've done some benefit concerts at different schools, and he actually took it upon himself to do a couple songs where he talks about sexual abuse and how do you ask for help. And in his wonderful, creative way, he sings to kids, and it's great. It's very entertaining.
He's so accessible. He's such a great guy. So thank you, Rick, for taking part in this.
Yeah. And then we do a program called No More Secrets. It's a play. It's a one-act play that's facilitated through a group of actors. And it's a blend of music, humor, and also a really sensitive subject of what is abuse, how do you ask for help. They act out. It's 2 teenage girls, and they act out telling each other, and it's very poignant. It's very good. The actors do a wonderful job with that.
How do they ask for help?
You know, we always say you need to find a trusted adult. And even if it's somebody at school or somebody that you feel comfortable with, and to not be afraid to tell what has happened, to tell the truth on that. That's part of what we teach them, is how to name one trusted adult that they feel like they could go and talk to.
And sometimes it's one of the most trusted adults in their life that is, abusing them, and the kids worry about being believed.
That's right. They worry about belief. They worry about the ramifications of telling.
You have family programs, bringing us back to the family. You've got classes that you run and things like that for families?
Yeah, so we do parenting programs through an evidence-based curriculum called Active Parenting, also the Nurturing Parenting Program. And we offer these classes, usually a 6 weeks class, throughout York County. So we go anywhere between adult ed programs and local libraries and YMCAs. We really try to reach out and be accessible. So we probably do about 8 to 10 of those classes a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is such a great resource for parents.
Yeah, and we encourage all parents to take a parenting class. I mean, whether you've struggled with parenting before or you're a new parent, you can always learn things from these great curriculums that we have.
Where do you offer the classes?
In different locations. They're listed on our website, or you can just give us a call as well.
All right. And what is your website?
Our website is www.kidsfreetogrow.org.
Okay, terrific. Now, on top of the family programs and the school programs, you also have professional programs.
We do. And this summer, usually at the end of June, this year it's going to be June 22nd, we're going to be offering a summer institute. We do anywhere between a week-long to a 3-day intensive learning opportunity for professionals in the community. So this year we're having Sue Mackey come and do a summit on her ACEs study, which is going to be great. So we do anything from bringing other professionals in to teaching different topics about child abuse. We usually have different speakers, local law enforcement, the Department of Health and Human Services, and we did a piece on trauma last year as well.
Okay.
So it's a great opportunity for people to really further their professional development and understand some of the services out there.
Now, you offer training for mandated reporters. What are they?
Yes, we do. It's a partnership with the state DHS. We've been trained in their curriculum. We offer this to anybody that works with children, are considered mandated reporters. So any child care facility, any
But what
teachers,
is a mandated reporter?
Oh, where you're mandated to report child abuse.
Okay, so this would teach the person that you're training how to identify?
Yeah, it teaches you what kind of signs and symptoms to look for and what defines child abuse and neglect. It's a really very comprehensive, eye-opening training. We take that on the road, so to speak.
And who are mandated reporters other than teachers?
So anyone who works with children, so all social workers, teachers, daycare providers, DHS, the state of Maine, really anybody that comes in contact with children. We are all required to protect children, and if we suspect abuse of any kind, then we are responsible to call that in. To call the state.
Kids Free to Grow sounds like such a terrific organization. And I know that you've got a big fundraiser coming up. And I know that you depend on this because you're a nonprofit. So you guys have a golf tournament. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah. So this is our 20th annual bid against child abuse auction. We're having that May 8th. And the golf tournament is going to be May 8th, the same day, during the day. And we're going to have that at the Webhannock Golf Club in Kennebunk. So we're really excited about that. We have a number of teams signed up. And it's the first year we've done a golf tournament. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit new for us, but we've been doing the auction for 20 years. So our hope is that it will be a sunny, beautiful day on May 8th, and we'll play golf, and then we'll go over to the Nonantum Resort in Kennebunkport and have a wonderful dinner with an auction. We have live auction items, and then we have silent auction items, and we have several different games and wonderful food and great company. It's always a really fun night, and the setting is just gorgeous right on the ocean there.
It's beautiful. How do people get tickets?
So you can get tickets by just calling our office, which is 207-985-5975, or you can email me directly at Genevieve, it's GENEVIEVE, at connectionsforkids.org. It's not too late to sign up for a golf team. Our information is on our website at www.kidsfreetogrow.org, and we'll be taking registrations up until the day of. So we're really excited about this opportunity to do 2 events in one day.
Yes, that's great. Now, for people who would like to donate to Kids Free to Grow but are going to be out of town for some reason or whatever, can't attend, how can they make a donation?
Yeah, you can just simply send us a check to 62 Portland Road, Suite 15 in Kennebunk, Maine at 04043.
You have different ways of donating, too. I saw online you do everything from Clink and stocks and bonds, and there's planned giving.
Yes, so we have gotten some planned giving in the past. That's a wonderful way to express someone's gratitude of the kind of work that we do. Like I said, we reach over 6,000 kids a year. We get funding from United Way of York County, and we also get a lot of the banks in the area have been very generous with us in terms of being lead sponsors for our fundraisers. You know, this is not a state-funded program. We fundraise and we get grants. So that's the way we're able to stay open. So any kind of donation we welcome, even if you'd like to donate an auction item. And we're currently taking auction items. If it's a monetary donation, you can also make a donation right online.
And you can also donate your time by volunteering.
That's right. You can. We're looking for a lot of volunteers to help with this big event. Anyone who's interested in golf. And then also helping us with the auction. We have a big committee of people that have been working tirelessly to put this whole event together. And I want to do a shout out. Thank you for all of them. But we still are looking for probably about 40 volunteers for the day of.
Okay. That's Friday, May 8th. It's the big golf tournament, the 20th annual Bid Against Child Abuse auction from Kids Free to Grow. They're the Child Abuse Prevention Council for York County, a very, very important organization.
I wanted to just mention that one of the programs we do for the grades 5 and 6 is called Break the Silence. That's a very popular DVD presentation where they have kids speaking out about abuse and telling their own stories. It's a very riveting DVD, and the kids in 5th and 6th grade are really able to take a lot away from it. It really speaks to them. So that's a very popular way that we teach the kids about abuse and neglect. And then we have a discussion group afterwards. So kids are always made to feel like that it's safe, that the information that they're learning is okay to learn.
Tell me, what kind of help is there out there for adults who were abused as a child, who right now might be listening to us saying, you know, maybe that's why I can't get it together. Maybe I'm carrying around some stuff. Where would they go?
Yeah, so we would always recommend that someone who has experienced some past trauma go get help to an outpatient provider, a therapist in the community. There's lots of different agencies that have outpatient therapists, and there's some really great therapists out there. And many of them have experience working with victims of trauma. Recommend that you, when you're calling, that you specifically ask for someone who has experience working with someone who has, gone through a lot of trauma. So, because there's different therapy techniques and models that certain therapists are trained in, like trauma-focused CBT.
And if you're a parent and you have a child that comes to you talking to you about abuse, what is your next step as a parent to help support your child?
It's really important not to blame them and to be, very understanding and compassionate, to really listen to their story, not to jump to any conclusions or judge them for what has happened. And then it's important to ask for professional help and guidance for that.
What would the first step be? Would you call your pediatrician or a guidance counselor at school? Like who is the other person you reach out to?
I think either would be a good choice. Some parents call both. Depending on the circumstance as well, it depends who you're feeling comfortable with.
Right.
Most people do reach out to their pediatrician.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I feel like I've got so much information today. I really appreciate you taking the time out to come. And once again, their big fundraiser is coming up for Kids Free to Grow. They're the Child Abuse Prevention Council for York County. They are not governmentally funded. They are a nonprofit, and they are providing such amazing services and such necessary services in our communities. And they've got their 20th annual Bid Against Child Abuse auction and golf tournament coming up Friday, May 8th. It's not too late to get your tickets, and it's not too late to volunteer. They need lots of volunteers, and it's not too late to join a golf team either. So go to their website and you can register there. Genevieve Gardner is the Executive Director of Kids Free to Grow. Thank you so much for coming into the studio today.
Thank you.
I'm Celeste Baragni, and you've been listening to Perspectives.